Okay, I had to come back one more time. I'm actually about to go because I have an honorable mention, more stuff that I do to make money. I got this on because I'm actually about to go bathe the patient. So, with me doing all those home health jobs, I've collected patients over time. And at one period of time, I was making like an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month. These patients would pay me like, so when you're doing the skill side of home health, where you're just doing baths, what you would do is like when there's sometimes their insurance would be like, we don't want to pay for it no more, you've already improved, we're not paying for you to get baths anymore, right? So after that time they'll still have nurses come in, but I can come in, so they'll say, well, can I just pay you? And so I used to be really cheap and be like, yeah, just pay me like a little $10, I'll come bathe you, 15 if it's out of town. But I found out that my insurance company, thanks to one of my patients, that they will pay a lot for me to come out. And so my patients, they wouldn't accept the $10 or $15. They would pay me $30. $30. And these patients will refer me to other people and say she charges $30. So all my patients are paying $30 for me to go out just to bathe them. And these are patients, my patients, my patients. This is not, and I've been doing this for years. This is something that I never even thought I was doing. It's how I actually sat down and I looked at the numbers I was making. I'm like, damn, I'm making like this is a job. Like I'm making like job money, $3,000 a month, and I'm making my own schedule. Sometimes I had patients that I wouldn't bathe until 9 o'clock at night because I'm my boss at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, I can come at night. I can't really come in the day. I got a little day job or whatever. So if you're doing home health or provider service and those companies are shedding them off, like maybe I've had provider people do that too, where their Medicare wouldn't pay for provider service for whatever. They find out they're making a lot. They find out maybe the client has some hidden money or hidden funds, and they're like, you don't qualify for Medicare no more, so we're not going to carry you you can't get a provider no more. So they'd be like, well, can I just pay you to come? Can I just pay you to come? There you go. You got a job. $15, $20 an hour. One lady I know, she charges 25 an hour to go and do provider services because some of those agencies are charging those patients. If they go with an agency, they're automatically paying like 18, 19, 20, $25 an hour to go and to get them a provider to come in. So this lady, she charges 25 because she goes way out of town. And I have another friend, she lives in New York, and she does the same thing, and she makes 60K a month. I mean, not 6K a month. Hold on. She makes 60K a year. And I know this because her taxes. She have the receipts. So if you're working for home health, whether you're a provider or a CNA, you can take those patients. Now, I wouldn't do it as you're working for them, but if they say, hey, could you continue? When y'all do that, word of mouth will start spreading around. Like, hey, I have this girl, she charges me to come out. Also, housekeeping. I've because I've done like provider side and also went out and do the baths. I would talk to like some of these people would have housekeepers, and so that's another gig. You don't want to do CNA. You don't want to work directly with patients. You don't want to do a provider type work, but you know how to clean with your hands. Do housekeeping is really not that complicated. You're just doing washing. What I've seen is not complicated. If you're working in a mansion, it may be a little bit more to it, but they'll tell you what they want you to have done. They're going to have a list. All the patients I've had, they've had housekeepers, and y'all, when I say I've had hundreds of patients that I know of that have had housekeepers and people come in. These people will come in for like maybe an hour or two and clean and go. They're not there all day. They'll come in there an hour or two, clean and go, maybe 2 days off the week. And they're doing basic stuff like washing dishes, stuff that busy people can't get to, or like an older person can't get to all that stuff, like vacuum underneath the couches and stuff. You're doing like basic cleaning. It's basic. It's very basic. And if you have questions about something, you just talk to them and say, hey, do you want this done? Or how do you usually like us to vacuum? Whatever. So those, I had to come back and say that because I'm actually about to head out. I'm back on here with another. Yeah, I had a silk press, and baby, it is not about to get reverted. I'm so sorry. I gotta keep this thing fresh, but I'm gonna show y'all eventually. But I gotta keep it fresh. It is getting oily and it's getting a little way down right now, so I'm trying to keep it as fresh as possible. But that's besides the point. Okay, when you're doing home health, if you're doing baths or you're being a provider, when their services run out, you can charge as much as you want to. Another thing while I'm thinking about it, patient sitting, because I brought it up by me being a CNA in a hospital. Patient sitting. That's actually you can look online, look up per diem or PRN. I always say per diem because if you want to make your own schedule, but if you don't, remember you only need to work 3 days a week anyway. That's a 4-day weekend every week. The party, the travel, you can travel literally because you've already made your 36 hours within that week. Patient sitting, all you're doing is sitting with the patient. The only cons I would say is that you don't know the patient a lot of times is coming in, so you don't know if this person is going to be rowdy or if they're going to be calm. 95% of my patients that I've had to sit with are very calm. I've had only one person that was rowdy, but the nurses help with that. And we have a behavioral unit too. So she got transferred up there and I had to go up there with her, but I was able to maintain her. If anybody is violent, they're not going to put you with somebody that's violent. They'll probably put them out of the hospital or send them somewhere else or have like a team of people watching them. But patient sitting is easy. All you're doing is sitting with the patient, especially if you work nights. You work nights, these people are going to be asleep 9 times out of 10. They're in the hospital. They're there for a reason. They're sick. They're not just like mental cases sitting all up in the hospital. They're sick. Some of them have dementia, so you want to make sure they're not getting out of bed. You have some people that like to pull out their IVs. It's like small things that I've had to sit with patients for. I only had one where this lady was rowdy, and it was because she was coming down from a high. But I was able to maintain her, and she wanted to be violent but couldn't really because she wasn't strong enough. But patient sitting, look it up, look online, get in YouTube, search it out. It's very chill. You are sitting. House sitting. House sitting. I haven't did house sitting, but I was looking online just to see what else is out there. I did this like months ago. House sitting makes good money too. I seen somebody was trying to pay somebody $200 a day or a night overnight to sit with to sit with their house because they're leaving out of town. Now there is a difference in house sitting because they have a house sitter side where if you'd like to travel, you can stay somewhere for free and you're just sitting in the house. But if you're trying to make money, you want the one where you're getting paid. So make sure it's a house sitting gig. You can just type it up in Google, house sitting jobs, and it's going to pop up in your neighborhood. I promise you. Dog sitting. Look at Rover. It's another one. But it's like pet sitting. Look up pet sitting if you like to sit with pets or if you like to just go in and feed pets. I think Rover does that where you could just stop at people's house, feed their pets, maybe walk them down the road, bring them back. These are gigs, y'all. I'm telling y'all, get out them jobs. Y'all don't like them jobs, get out them jobs. Get out them jobs. But the only thing is when you get out them jobs and you're working gigs, you actually have to put sometimes more effort into those gigs than you are putting into a job because a job is guaranteed pay. It's guaranteed. You go to work, you're making money. But if you're doing like, for instance, food delivery, you may get in your car and it might be slow and you're just sitting there burning gas, That's why I'm suggesting so many different gigs for y'all to look into because not all gigs fit everybody's situation. Some people live in a super busy area. I live in a pretty slow area, So to me, if you're just averagely working, I'm gonna say like 6 to 8 hours, you may make 100 to 150. 150. Weekends, you're gonna make 200. Sundays, you're gonna make 250. If you're working 6 to 8 hours, that's where I stay at. Monday through like Thursday, Friday, like 1 to 150. Friday can get up to 200, but the weekdays are slow where I'm at. But if you're doing all these different things, or if you're research. I'm just throwing them out there because these are stuff that I have experience with. And if y'all have questions, put them down below. I'll make a video about it. If y'all have a question about any of these positions that I am naming, put the question down below. I'll make a video about it, and I'll try to make sure that I comment underneath your comment that I just posted a video about your question. So I love interacting with people, So also, y'all, I'm making this YouTube. I have to say YouTube. I'm not getting paid, of course. Y'all see, I just started, but I'm seeing a lot of people getting paid on YouTube. So if y'all got experience in anything that you're doing, if you got experience working at McDonald's, I want to make a whole video about that. If you got an experience, they have a girl. I have to find her. She is so pretty. She used to be a makeup artist and she stopped doing makeup to go back to working at McDonald's. And I believe she's a manager just because I know Baby, I know the apparel. You're not just up there being just a regular crew, like a crew member. You're a manager, or you're a crew trainer, whatever. I remember working in the McDonald's days, but she went back working at McDonald's. And so now she's growing her audience off of the fact that she works a regular job. So if you got any experience, if you worked at Walmart, there's a lot of things you can talk about in your life that you've gone through. I would suggest you make a YouTube video now. Don't let I put in my first video, don't don't be afraid of men's faces. You may have a mean comment. I may get a mean comment, but everybody is not your sheep. Everybody is not assigned to you. Some people are assigned to, they may be assigned to a rapper that's getting ready to change his life to become a different person, become a Christian, or become just a better person. And the people that are assigned to him, they're like, yeah, I need to change too. For instance, a lot of people follow Krishan and Blueface for a long time. And the girl kind of went ghost after a while, especially after these people have been talking about her kid. And she came back talking about God.